Have you ever thought about not invoicing to avoid VAT registration? As a business accountant, it's something I hear quite a lot, and I wanted to remind you about how the thresholds work and why this one can get you in trouble. So with the VAT registration threshold, I've drawn 2 years here. What most people presume is that they're just tracking their income over a year, and the current threshold at the time recording the video, rumours aside, is £90,000 per year. So they're tracking during the year, am I going to go over 90,000? Now, for some people, they might be tracking it by tax year. So, it might be across 2 years, but let's just say you're doing it for a calendar year here. You're coming towards December and you decide, I'm not going to invoice actually right now because I'm actually at 80 odd thousand pound. If I add another 10 grand this month, I'm going to end up needing to register, because what happens is the minute you exceed during one of the months that threshold, they give you 30 days and then you've got to be VAT registered. So where it can catch people out is what happens is when it comes around to this January, this Jan gets knocked off and this one gets added in. And if this January is better than last January, sometimes it can end up throwing you over the threshold. And what people forget is that it rolls. So when we get to February, this February goes, this February gets added on. And again, you're always taking that roll-in figure. So holding off invoicing might not work if you suddenly just pile in a big load of invoices in this month and last year's month was not as good. So by way of example, let's say you did nothing in Jan, Feb because you were just building your business, but you did 10 grand a month all the way up to here. And you got to November and thought, I'm coming up to the registration threshold, so I'm only going to invoice 5 and then I'm going to have Christmas off. Fine. So you didn't exceed the threshold here. What then happens is the common mistake is they think, well, my year's gone, so I'll go back to invoicing normal in January. But what happens is, as we've said, is this January comes off and this one goes on. So £0 comes out, 10 goes on. Now we're over the threshold at 95,000. So you do have to understand how the rolling year works. But in all honesty, if you want to be a successful business, the chances are you're going to be wanting to turn over more than 90,000 anyway. So VAT is going to be in your future. It is a big change. There is admin involved, but it's just another thing to conquer on your business journey. So seek some help if you need it, but otherwise embrace it, get on with it. You've been successful.